The Cave Hotel. A few months ago, a group of three friends were visiting one of the darkest caves in the country, the Deadly Caves. As you can imagine, the name of these caves wasn't just decoration, but the three friends were thinking that if they didn't enter the caves but explore the surroundings, nothing would happen to them. But this illusion disappeared on the first day. Apparently, the hotel where the boys were going to stay was closing due to some renovations, and as it was already dark, they had to stay in the only hotel there was, although none of them liked the look of that place.
The truth is that it looked bad.
But I didn't mean because we were only going to stay there to sleep. Not that we were going to stay there all day.
I was just hoping they would scare us away.
That hotel was very close to the caves. Even the friends were claiming that some part of the hotel was over the deepest part of the cave. But that's not what was scaring them the most. The look of building was really bad. The walls were crumbling. The yellow lights weren't illuminating anything. And there were stains in every corner. But still, it was either sleeping there or sleeping in the street. So the friends checked in the reception, and according to the number of keys, they were the only ones in the hotel. And what was worse, they were staying on the highest floor, where they could hear all the sound and echoes of the caves. When they were arriving at the room, they realized that it only had two beds, so one would have to go out looking for a mattress. And the only one who wasn't sleeping was Federico, so he had to go out begging to get something to sleep on, even if it was for one night.
While I was looking to see if any room was open behind my apparently the reception lady with apparently was also in charge of the toilet, and she told my dad I was looking in the workplace that I could of the utility room since we're keeping a lot extra mattress there. The truth is that in the lady is scaring my little dad in his appeal out the nowhere, which out making any noise. But was more afraid than wind is realized that the place I was going to was a king basement. When I was going down the stairs, I heard the lady boy in my head repeating the song word, but I could not understand. I was entering the room when the door closed behind me, and the light went out. I was digging up feet in the door, so I sat and cornered to play, and all those boys did not let me concentrate. And when I thinking that was the end of me, the door opened at this was cleaning lady was asking my if I home found I needed. I was starting to feel my whole body again, and with a look of embarrassment, I got up from the floor. I was her jeans. That then I took one half the mattresses from the sherbets and went back to my room. As I went up, I was thinking about how to tell my friends what had happened to me. I wish of them believing I was delirious. No matter how hard I tried in my story, Alejo did not trust me, but Marco was worrying.
But Alejo, you are not listening to him. Are you so skeptical that you don't care about your friends?
Of course, I am, but I am not going to stay up late for horror stories, which sound like children's books, until tomorrow.
Federico and Marco were getting angry with Alejo, but Marco proposed that he would go for an aromatic one to be able to sleep. Since Federico didn't want to go down again, and Alejo was already sleeping.
When I left the room, I felt that the atmosphere was very tense. I was just thinking about Federico's story, and I was so constantly afraid that something would happen to me. When I arrived at the cafeteria, the cleaning lady was there, who seemed to be the only one who worked there waiting for me. I asked her for an aromatic to relax me, and although it worked, I was too tired, so I went up the elevator. While I was passing through the second floor, from moment to moment the elevator stopped with a great noise, and the lights began to flash. I was starting to get scared, but it was convenient for me to think that it was just a power failure. After a few minutes, I saw a thick liquid going down through the walls of the elevator. My mind convinced me that I was hallucinating, but when I analyzed it well, I realized that the liquid that was about to flood the elevator was blood. I was getting so scared that I couldn't scream. I was just looking at the ground, trying not to step on the huge pools of blood that were forming. I tried to calm down and come back to reality, but when I wanted to try the aromatic, it had the same smell as the whole place, and then I realized that everything around me was turning to blood. When I was thinking that I had gone crazy and that I was going to die from my hallucinations without being able to return to reality, another noise like the one from before shook the elevator again. The lights were re-establishing and the lake of blood had disappeared. It seemed more constipated than before, but at least he was in the room.
When Marco got to the room, he was so upset that I was starting to scary just looking at him, but it doesn't compare it to the terror I felt when he began to tell his story about the elevator, and I'll go. I had my doubts. I was very sorry about it, being in the place. Maybe if I had believed Federico, nothing would be happening to us. But as much as I was in of fear, it could hot show it to be because they hold blame me and they hold realism that maybe I am not as strong as I had blamed been pretended to I crazy up which a plan, and I began by telling them that no, they were both crazy, and that they go to sleep. And then I went to out to investigation. What was happening unfortunately. My plan worked, but when I was walking down the corridor, I started to feel those chills and looks out now here that my friends had been describing, and then I felt like someone was walking behind me, but I didn't want to turn around, so I just ran. But when I go to the stairs, I could no longer bear my own weight. I am fainted.
By
The
now.
next day, Marco and Federico were just waking up and they noticed that there was an empty bed and there wasn't sign of Alejo. So, with the what little strange they had left, they ran out of the room and were going down the.
What do you want? We found you. We are going to go. Relax.
And then he was interrupted by a soft voice that everyone knew. I was waiting for you.